Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for August 2024. We're going to jump right in here. You have this Pisces card. It says boundaries. It says set and honor your boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of. You have this Moth. It says appreciate where you are in your journey instead of wishing it was easier or different. So let's see. You have Pisces again with the Hangman. I think that for a lot of you, both of these cards basically say, see things from a new perspective, this Moth and the Hangman. The Moth says, appreciate where you are in your journey instead of wishing it was easier or different. And, that's exactly what I would do here with that Hangman. Hangman, he has put himself in Hangman mode so that he can gain enlightenment. And there could be some sort, sure, we'll take it. There could be some sort of enlightenment or a new understanding that you're getting, especially having the Tower. As I always say, I like the Tower personally. I think the Tower gets a bad rap. The Tower is necessary because the people inside the Tower have been ignoring reality, and now they're being brought back down to reality. But the Tower is, a new perspective. They are gaining a new perspective by being brought back down to reality. So I really feel this reading is kind of talking about your perspective on life and where you are at. I always tell people not to, I think it's Les Brown, I'm pretty sure, although I could be wrong, who says, don't wish for things to be easier, wish that you get better. And because, pretty much, like they say, easy come, easy go, right? So really, I don't think that we should be wishing for things to be easier. I think we're meant to grow, as much as possible in life. And obviously you can't do that if things are just like super easy. And I feel that's pretty much what these first cards are saying. It doesn't mean there can't be a nice flow in your life. It doesn't mean that things can't come to you and all that other stuff. It just means, that sometimes we have to put in the work. And that's what that's saying. You have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a card of curiosity, and you have the Ace of Swords right next to it with the Tower. And I kind of feel like this is saying, be curious about new directions or new ideas. We even go down to the Magician. The Magician goes up to the Ace of Swords and the Three of Wands. The Ace of Swords is an ace, which would represent newness or something new. You have the Page of Pentacles, card of newness, and you have the Three of Wands. He's looking at a new opportunity. He is looking at those boats that are on the ocean there. And those boats could take him on an adventure, but he needs to get on the boats to make that happen. So I would look for new opportunity here. You have the Magician. I really do feel like the Magician should be giving you confidence, because the Magician says to you, is saying to you in this reading that you have all the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities necessary to make your next steps very successful. And, he has mastery over all these suits. He's also the card of reinvention. We are definitely in a time of reinvention. We have Pluto is today, the 21st. Pluto is dead center practically on the cusp of Aquarius and Capricorn. It's retrograding back into Capricorn. And I always say that cusp is the death of establishment, probably the most important thing that will ever happen in our lifetime. And people ask me all the time, they're like, why is it so important in Capricorn and Aquarius, not as important elsewhere? It's still important in other places, but when Pluto is in Capricorn, it's as close to Earth as it possibly can be. Pluto has a highly elliptical orbit. It goes like way out. It spends like 30 years in Taurus, for example, but in other signs, it only spends like 19 or 20, right? Like it will in Aquarius. So, again, it's as close to Earth as it possibly can be. And anytime Pluto's been in Capricorn Aquarius, or gone from Capricorn to Aquarius, we have these big changes that happen, right? On a personal level, I think that everyone is being asked to reinvent themselves, to do what they've always wanted to do and really kind of go for it, really make something happen. So there could be a big change in you that you are manifesting with the Magician at this time. And that's exactly what I would do with the Magician. But let's see here. You have the Hermit wanting to pop out there. I don't take pop outs because I have butterfingers, but what I would say is that the Hermit really represents shining your inner light. And just like I said, it could be time for you to shine out all the things that you have learned over the years and, kind of reinvent yourself. With the Hangman, you have the Magician. The Magician is about, attracting things into your life. It's also about reinvention. Going this way, the Magician, if it was the traditional Magician, would be pointing down to the Ace of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords to the Six of Pentacles would represent investing in your truth. It says that there are things in your life that are true for you. There are things in your life that are not true for you. And it just says invest in your energy in more of the things that are true for you. With the Page of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups. I don't know why I'm laughing, but there you go. You have two aces. I love it. You're like the second sign that's had multiple aces, and multiple aces represents new beginnings, and you have this beginnings card right here. So the Ace of Cups could be a new beginning in love, but it could also just be a new beginning with something that you will love, something that fulfills you and fulfills your heart. With the Magician, you have the Three of Swords. It's like, what's popping into my head here for you, Gemini, is it's that energy of it. Like when you think about things that that used to make you happy that don't anymore. It's like when I was 12 years old, I got a lot of joy and happiness out of playing Pokemon. But now I'm 36 years old and I don't play Pokemon anymore because it doesn't do anything for me, right? So it's like, it on one hand, it's sad that I can't find that enjoyment in something that I used to find enjoyment in. But I have new things. I have discovered other stuff that adults do, that I like to do, that are different. And I feel like the same for you. It's like you might be reminiscing a little bit here. I get that energy where it's like you're thinking about these things, maybe like people, places, or things that used to make you happy. But I think that it's time for a beginning, a new beginning, where you find new things that bring joy, love, and happiness into your life. You have this beginnings card, and I'm about to sneeze. I'm trying not to. That didn't work. You have this, it says something new is emerging or a new source of income. There you go. You have this entertainer card. It says your charm and influence will help you get ahead. So I think you need to use your charm and influence to get ahead with this energy, but definitely a new beginning. You have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands, while the first row is kind of saying that, there's hard work ahead, or you are putting in hard work, or you're doing something that requires effort. The Ten of Wands says things don't have to be so hard. Maybe you are carrying burdens that belong to other people. And we even go down to the Four of Wands, and, the Four of Wands is a card of freedom. So I would take a look at the burdens that you're experiencing in your life and say to yourself, do these burdens align with my truth, or are they someone else's burdens? Or am I picking up other people's energies, and how can I cut that out? The Ace of Swords is sometimes about making a sacrifice. The sword cuts both ways, and sometimes we have to cut something out with the Ace of Swords so that we can live our truth, or so that we can focus on the truth. Ace of Swords is a laser-like focus. It is about being very, very focused on exactly what you want in your life and cutting out the rest. This could cause tower moments for other people in your life, but they should be living their own life anyway. The Ace of Swords is also about seeing the truth or seeing reality, especially with the Ace of Swords. This could represent you understanding a new truth in your life, or what is true for you. And it could cause a tower moment because maybe you make a change. But again, that's the whole point of the tower, is that you're seeing the truth and then you're making a change. Again, it doesn't have to be this big, bad thing. It's probably a good thing. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Fool. The Fool, I feel like you're ready to escape, here. I think you're ready to take a leap of faith with the Three of Wands. He's also standing at the top of this hill, kind of like the Fool, standing at the top of a cliff, and he's ready to take a leap of faith. So I think you are ready to move in a new direction, or to expand. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles. This changes things a little bit. This could be a message or communication that you are receiving. The Ace of Swords and the Page of Pentacles both can represent like news or a message. You also end with the Page of Pentacles in the area of the good stuff. So you could be receiving good news, or you could be receiving news that you've gotten approval to, go on some sort of new adventure. The new adventure could be like a new job, or moving, or traveling, or doing something else. So it could be it's going to be different for all of you, obviously, but I think that you're getting good news. With the Tower, you have the Knight of Pentacles. You could be cutting something out that's too slow, or that isn't getting anywhere in your life. I think that, by the way, I think this is true for everyone right now. I think that this Mercury retrograde is going to be a great retrograde where like you should sit down and you should even write it on a notepad and say like what are the, top main things that take up the most time in my day. And I would like write those things down and really look at it and really say what things have changed, what things are continuing to evolve and grow and all that other stuff, and what things are going the opposite direction. Are there things that are either getting worse or are going nowhere? And yeah, it might cause a tower moment for people, but at the same time, it's like you're not here to be a snail. You're here to grow and expand. You're here to be more like a tree. Jim Rohn, he says, how much do trees grow? They grow as much as possible. And I feel that is like the gist of your reading. It's saying you need to grow as much as possible. And if there are things that are slowing you down, maybe you're creating a tower moment. But again, it could be a good thing. You have 3 cards here. You have this moon. It says cycles and change. You have this old man. It says inheritance and male on it. I do feel if you want love, that there could be a person coming in for you. I'm not saying it's an old man, but what is interesting is it's almost like you are inheriting something. Again, if you want love, I feel you could be attracting a person where it's like you're almost receiving someone else's gift, but I think they screwed up. So you could be attracting a person who was like supposed to be with another person, but they screwed up, and now you're like inheriting a positive relationship. That's randomly popping into my head. I also do feel this is just saying that there are changes happening, of course. You also have this turtle card. It says slowness and protection. So things have clearly been moving slow because this card here said, appreciate where you are at in your journey instead of wishing it was easier or different. I think things have just been too slow and not moving as fast as you want them to. But you have the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is a card of growth and expansion. I think you're going to be happy that it's almost like you're seeing why things were on pause, or it's almost like you're seeing like why something had to take longer for you than it did for other people. And I think it's because there's probably a better opportunity coming in for you. He's looking at these boats on the ocean and he's seeing that there is a better opportunity, or that there is an opportunity in front of him. He could get on those boats and go on an adventure. But it's almost like you have these certain things that you think you want to have, right, in your life. And I feel like the 3 of Wands is saying you're actually about to discover something better. You have the 4 of Wands. I look at the 4 of Wands as being on pause sometimes because this right here, these 4 wands, it kind of looks like a pause symbol. So some of you maybe have been on pause and now you're setting yourself free. The 4 of Wands is really a card of freedom, and you're setting yourself free from being put on pause. Even your first card was the Hangman. And the Hangman is putting yourself on pause so that you can gain enlightenment. And it seems to me like whether you realize it or not, you either have or you are receiving the answers. I also feel that some of you, again, could be seeing why something didn't work out. The funny thing is, I feel like there's another person here, Page of Pentacles. So again, if you're meeting a new person, I don't really see this as a love reading, but again, there's always love available to us. And of course, I can't pick up on every little thing that's going on in your life. The way that I read, the most important things come up. That's what I focus on. The most important things that can help you, kind of live a better life. But what I would say here is I kind of feel that this could be another person, this person right here, they could be the one that is having the realization that they were put on pause for you. So there you go. You have the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is kind of like planting seeds. It's trying something, seeing if it works, and then continuing to go from there. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to plant some seeds. Even the Knight of Pentacles, he normally has an empty field behind him, and all he has to do is plant seeds in that field and they will grow. So I think you're entering into this time of growth, of harvest, hopefully, or like future harvest, where you're doing new work, working in new directions and hoping that things grow, which they will. With the 3 of Wands, you have the King of Wands, 2 cards of foresight. The 3 of Wands is a card of foresight. The King of Wands is also kind of like a card of foresight. He has this future vision for his life, and I feel like you are taking control and making something happen in your future. With the 4 of Wands, you have the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing. I would be careful of a past person going this way. This could be a past person who's telling you that they lied, cheated, stole, or, something similar. Obviously, I would avoid that at all cost. But the 7 of Swords is really a card of tactics, and it says that there's pretty much a better way to do anything that you want to do. He is stealing the swords from the army in the background. And if things have felt slow, or if you have felt like you are on pause, the Seven of Swords says maybe there are better ways to do the things that you're doing in the area of your life that you're stuck. You just have to discover those new ways. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about having boundaries, or kind of like, I look at the type of boundaries that we set with the Seven of Wands as drawing a line in the sand and saying, this is what I'm willing to allow into my life, but you're kind of drawing a line in the sand and saying, I'm not willing to allow X, Y, Z into my life. So I think boundaries are important. You do have two sevens here, and two sevens together to me represent internal fears that don't exist. So any fears or worries that you have at this time, I would let those things go. And what do you know? In your next row for the good stuff, you have this groundhog spirit says, time to let go. You have this cow spirit says the miracles are endless. So it's like once you let go of the things that, the need to control, or, the need for things to work out a certain way, I think that's when the miracles are going to show up for you with this energy. The groundhog also, represents kind of death and rebirth. The kind of like animal spirit meaning of the groundhog is that, groundhogs have multiple chambers in their burrows. They go from one to the other. It's like death, rebirth. And so a lot of you could be experiencing, death and rebirth, which we see right here, the tower. The tower gets reduced down to its foundation, and then it always gets rebuilt stronger and better, or at least you should try to rebuild it stronger and better. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles really says teamwork makes the dream work. So anything you could do to work together on a team with other people would be a good idea. I think you get the Three of Pentacles with me a lot, if I'm not wrong. And, I feel the Three of Pentacles is about showing your work. A lot of you, if you've been waiting to receive recognition or have an achievement with the work that you do, this could be you getting a lot more attention or recognition on the work that you do. You also have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is like conflict or competition, but it's showing up in the area of the good stuff. And the Five of Wands and the good stuff, to me, can represent going on an adventure and getting some sort of reward for the adventure that you're going on. And so I used to call this card Indiana Jones, because it's like a card of going on a crazy adventure to get some treasure. But it's like you have to overcome the obstacles to get the treasure. And I feel that. Like you have overcome a lot of obstacles. The Five of Wands is also a card of learning. They're using sticks to fight. They're not using swords, so they are learning how to fight. And so I feel you've learned a lot, which is going to lead to the reward. You also have the Page of Pentacles. I definitely feel a new person here. It could be any sign. Earth and fire show up, but, it could be anything that is coming in for you. I think it's just a new person. I like the Page of Pentacles in love because it's usually a person like that you will learn from or learn a lot from. I also feel this is just good in general for all of you, because I feel that with this right here, that there could be some good news that you've been waiting for showing up. So let's see. With the Three of Pentacles, what do you know? You have the Two of Cups. So Two of Cups is a perfect match between you and someone else. So if you're attracting love, definitely a person who wants to work on a team, which is great, and a person who wants to put in the work. Even if you don't want love, and even if you do, this could also be another situation, that is perfect for you. It could be a job that you match up with really well. It could be a business or an idea that is a perfect match for you. The Two of Cups is also a card of alignment because, Two of Cups to me can be you and your higher self. You're like communicating or receiving messages, Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles twice. So I would pay attention to the messages that you are receiving. With the Five of Wands, you have the Hangman. See, I feel like the pause was worth it. Or I feel like you experiencing the pause energy and taking some time to, whether you realize it or not, it's like maybe you feel like you were put on pause, and you probably were. But I think this is just saying that it was all, you're going to see how it was all worth it. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. Ten of Pentacles is building and leaving a legacy. So if you're attracting a person, you could be doing a lot more than just having a relationship with this person. You could really be building and leaving a legacy. If this is, approval for something or a job, or maybe you're getting approved for, a loan for a house or an apartment or whatever, then this would also say that you are kind of laying a solid foundation. You're building back something much better in your life. And again, we have the Tower, so clearly you are rebuilding. I do look at the Ten of Pentacles as a foundational energy. It's like you are, you build and leave a legacy for the rest of your life, whether it's a big one or a little one, doesn't matter. You have this achievement card, Three of Pentacles, definitely some big achievements coming in for you. I think that it's the work that you are doing. I kind of get the feeling that people are going to be like, where did Gemini come from? Like all of a sudden you're being productive or something like that is popping into my head. I'm not saying that you haven't been productive. I think you've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. It's like you've been doing that foundational work that is necessary to do the big work, and now that you're doing it, it's like people are going to be like, where the hell did Gemini come from? You have this intuition card, very intuitive time, so I would definitely trust any intuitive messages you're receiving. Dreams, daydreams, Two of Cups, messages from your higher self, I would pay attention to as well. You have the egotism card. I would be careful of people who have big ego or have ego issues. I would avoid that at all cost with the egotism card. You have this concentration card. Yeah, I think it's a great time to stay focused. Ace of Swords is laser-like focus. It says focus on what you want and work on what you want and cut out the rest. So that's what I would do here. And finally, you have this order card. I think that Mercury retrograde is a great time to put things in order, to reorganize things. I think we said this earlier, and that would be a good thing for you to do right now. You could be even, in your work, you could be looking at the order that you do things. And this card wants to fly out. It says practicality on it. This is basically the same card as that order card. So it's just saying, put things in, put practical steps into action. But this looks really good. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.